Euro cylinder type locks are now very common. It is important when you buy a new Euro cylinder that you get the correct size. So this video is just going to show you how to measure it. If you look at these two Euro cylinders, these two are actually a bit short. They could do with being 5mm longer. Unfortunately, they only go up in increments of 5mm normally. So sometimes that does mean that you have to get one a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. As you can see from that one, it is sticking out by a couple of millimetres. There's not much you can do about that because these only go up in 5mm increments. You need to take two measurements when you do this. You need the external side and the internal side. We'll do the external side first. I'm going to put something straight on there so that we can measure it from that. So I'm just using a square. And now I'm going to measure to the centre of the screw. And you can see that that is approximately 37mm. And you can't actually get them in that length, so you'd have to get an external measurement of 40mm for the external side. We'll now measure the inside, so I'm going to use the square again. I'm going to place that on the handle, and then I'm going to take a measurement from there to the centre of the screw, which is 45mm this time. If you want to be sure, you do need to remove it and just check. So you can see that that is actually recessed on the inside of the lock there. So we know that that one is approximately 5mm too short. So I'm now just going to remove this, and then we'll take the measurements again. If you want to be 100% certain, you do need to remove this for measuring. So it's simply a case of removing this screw. I'll just put the key back in. You can then just turn the key. And we'll just pull that out. And then we can check the measurements. So we need to go from the centre of the screw to the external side, which is 40mm. And then on this side, we've actually got 40mm again, but I did say that that was 5mm short. So to the centre of that screw there, it would be 45mm. So you would need an external 40, internal 45 for this lock. It is critical that you get the measurements correct, and it's also important that when you buy one, if it is stamped up with EXT, that means that that goes on the external side. That is absolutely critical because this one is actually an anti-snap cylinder. So that definitely needs to go on the outside of the property, and that will stop anybody from gaining access to the lock should they try and snap the end of the cylinder. When you're buying a new cylinder, even if it's a thumb turn one like this, ensure you buy a high security one. This one is anti-snap. It's also anti-bump and pick resistant. So it is still a very secure Euro cylinder.